Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and today we are talking about how I fixed the Yamaha R1. So if that is of interest to you and you'd like to know more, sit back, relax, grab yourselves a cup of tea, and without further ado, let us get into the video. So ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. First and foremost, I would like to welcome you back to the channel, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're an existing subscriber, welcome back. Now today's video, we are discussing how I fixed the R1. Now if you guys remember, a few weeks ago I put out a couple of shorts on YouTube about how I was having issues with the R1 and its hot idle, in the sense that she would idle perfectly fine from cold all the way up until about 95, 96 degrees, to which case she would absolutely go banzai and the hot idle would jump up and down like a fucking yo-yo. Well, I am pleased to report that I have now fixed the issue, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. Now firstly, I thought it was something really simple, and it turned out to be something really simple, but I shall let you in on that in a moment. Firstly, let me explain what I went through in terms of what I changed, or what I looked at, should I say. I had the valve clearances done literally about 50 miles ago, because I thought maybe there's a tight exhaust valve which is causing it to idle a bit weird, and yeah, just generally wasn't being very happy. But after having the valve clearances done by Fraser at Remoto Servicing, it turns out that all the valves, both inlet and exhaust, are all within spec. So that was one thing out of the way, because I thought if the valves are knackered, then it's going to be a massive job to do, and it's probably going to cost me an absolute fortune. But thankfully no, it was not the valves. So I then thought maybe it's the cooling system. Maybe my radiator is getting gummed up, or it's just got shitty old coolant in it and it needs flushing and whatever else. So I did the coolant flush, flushed the entire system with fresh clean water, then put Motovlogs Expert Hybrid Cool coolant in the bike, and that didn't solve the issue either, although it did stop her getting hot super quick. I then started tackling things like maybe it's a spark issue, so we replaced the spark plugs twice. Yes, you heard me right, twice. I then thought maybe could it be the coils? So I changed the coils with a set of second-hand ones that I bought on eBay for 45 quid. They turned out to be, in a word, shit. It made the bike idle like an absolute shit box, and it sounded more like a tractor than a motorcycle. So I thought it can't be that. So I put the original coils back in to see if that solved the issue. Nope, it did not. I then tried going down the route of buying just one new coil. Oh, fucking arsehole. To see if that solved the issue, and the idle did improve, but that weird misfire was still there, or what I assumed was a misfire. So in the end, I bought one new coil from a company called RM Stator, who I've bought stuff from before, and I thought that might solve it. Nope, it didn't. So in the end, I bought a whole new set of coils from a company called Square or Squire Motorcycles. Please forgive me, I can't remember what way around it is, but it's one of those two. So basically, long and short of it is, I replaced all 4 coils, made sure the battery was fully charged, made sure the coolant was topped up, made sure the oil levels were good, and everything else. And basically she's idling like an absolute champ now, and I couldn't be happier. We got her running nicely again, and I couldn't be happier. As you can probably hear, she's idling a little bit more higher, I suppose you could call it. She's idling at a consistent 13 to 1500 RPM, even at 92 degrees. The throttle response is a bit better. I don't know whether it's a placebo effect because of the new coils or whether it's an actual thing. But what I can tell you is that she is now running lovely, and I could not be happier. Admittedly, it would be nice to not have to deal with all this traffic, so I could actually exploit the newfound acceleration that I've got. But unfortunately, it's not that easy. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. The bike is back in one piece, and bless her, she's been through a lot over the last couple of weeks. I think she's had her cut off more times than a stripper in the last month or so. And don't get me wrong, there's probably going to be times where I'm going to have other issues with the R1 at some point or another. I mean, I'm under no illusion that you know, she's not a brand new bike anymore. She's what, 11 years old nearly? Yeah, 11 years old. So I don't expect there to be, what should I say, I don't expect there to be no issues, because I already know this is the price you pay when you buy a second-hand motorcycle or anything second-hand. You've got to expect issues, and believe it or not, I am under no illusion that she will probably have multiple issues at some point down the line. You know, the main thing that I was worried about was the valves, and they've been checked, so I've got about another 20,000 miles or so before they need doing again. And you never know, I may not even have this bike in 20,000 miles. I have been looking at the new shape R1s, and I can't make my mind up whether or not if I like it or not. I mean, don't get me wrong, the 2CR, which is the 2015 onwards shape, it has grown on me a lot over the last couple of years, because a lot of people I know who ride them absolutely love them. And I'm not disputing that they're not brilliant bikes, because they are. You know, that particular generation R1 actually recently won the World Endurance Championship. It was also, or has been, a BSB Championship winning bike. It has been a World Superbike Championship winning bike. So it's not like it hasn't got pedigree. I mean, this generation of R1 that I'm on now, its first year being on the road in 2009, it won the World Superbike Championship in the hands of Ben Spies. It actually won the BSB title in the hands of Tommy Hill, I think it was. So it doesn't matter which generation of R1 it is, they all still have pedigree. And I'm not disputing that in the slightest. I love the cross-plane crank motor. I love the noise it makes. It sounds like a V-twin, but has the performance of a 4-cylinder. And that's what drew me to it in the first place. But whether I can justify having another R1 alongside the Duke and this R1, I just don't know. I don't know if I can justify it or not. I mean, I can't afford one right now anyway, so I don't really know why I'm even discussing it, if I'm honest. But on a side note, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys think I should get another R1, like a newer generation? Should I keep this R1, or should I part exit, sell it privately? Should I sell the Ducati and the R1 to get one new R1, or should I keep the Duke, get rid of this R1 for a newer shape R1? Should I keep both the Duke and this R1 and get a new R1? Or should I do neither of those things and just stick with what I got and enjoy it till it dies? Now, as you guys know, the 1098 is literally the stablemate to my R1. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore the 1098. She has been the face of my channel for a long, long time. And I don't really want to get rid of her, if I'm honest. But where I'm not riding her as much, people are saying to me, oh, why don't you just get rid of her? Why don't you part X her? Why don't you sell her privately and use the money to pay off the finance on the current R1, yada, yada, yada. And all these ideas are nice in principle, but in practice, because I'm so emotionally attached to the Ducati, I don't know if I can bring myself to sell it. And again, this brings me back to what I love about my bikes in particular. You know, the 1098 again is a championship winning bike. It won the World Superbike title with Carlos Checa and Troy Bayliss. It won the BSB title with Shane Byrne. You know, okay, fine, it hasn't done anything in world endurance or anything like that, or even at the Isle of Man, for example. But that's by the by. You know, let me know in the comments down below what you think I should do, or what you would do if you're in my position. I've got a 2007 Ducati 1098S, which is in a limited edition black colourway with red wheels and a red frame. It's got all the trick bits you could ask for: Öhlins rear shock, Öhlins forks, Öhlins steering damper, 3/4 Termignoni exhaust system. It's been servo bodied, so it runs like a full system. Sounds like it's got a full system. It's got a Ducati Performance clutch pressure plate on it. It's got an open clutch cover. You know, pardon me, you know the drill. You've seen my 1098 if you've been with the channel for a while. You know I love that bike. And obviously, if you have been around for a while, you also know about the R1 too. You know, the R1's got all the mod cons. It's got Hell radial master cylinder that I put on recently. It's got the Bad Dog easy pull clutch lever. It's got 3/4 system, a Kropovic. It's been also decatted, and a few other little random bits and pieces here and there. Like I said, if you've been with the channel for a while, or even if you're new to the channel, you're just picking up my videos now, have a look at some of my older stuff, where I've been on the Duke, when I've been on the R1. Look at my shorts as well, where I've done back-to-back comparisons in terms of exhaust tone, you know, the sound, the look, etc, etc. You know, it's all on my channel. You'll be able to find it quite easily. And let me know in the comments down below what you would do if you're in my position. My options are quite simple, really. I own the Ducati outright, so I don't owe any money on it. So I could sell it without having to worry about any, you know, paperwork overhang or anything like that. And I think I could get between £6,000 and £7,000 for it, in its current condition, obviously. So, like I said, I've got a couple of options. I can either sell the Duke and use the money from the Duke sale to pay off the finance on the R1, and then I can look at getting a newer R1 on finance. I could part X the Duke for a new shape R1, again because I don't owe anything on it. I could part X both the Duke and the R1 and see what I get for it. I mean, I know with there being finance owing on the R1, that does create a bit of a sticky point when it comes to trying to get any extended finance on. But anyway, as I was trying to say before, I was really distracted by my own thoughts. The options that I currently have available to me are as follows. I could sell the Ducati and use the money from that sale to go towards paying off the finance on this R1, and use whatever's left to go towards finance on a newer R1. I could sell both the Duke and the R1, even though there's outstanding finance on it, pay off the finance on the R1 and use the combined monies to put a mass deposit down on a newer shape R1. I could keep the Ducati and see if I could part X the R1 with a consolidation loan. I mean, ideally I don't really want to get a loan, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've waffled on long enough. So as always, you guys have been awesome for sticking around. Thank you for staying till the end of the video. If you've got any questions on the gear I use, or the bikes that I ride, or where I've been, or what I do, please feel free to let me know in the comments box down below, and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been awesome. I have been Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, saying look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe on the road, be aware of COVID-19, because yes, that is still a thing. Be safe, be happy, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, adios.